And so we return in this video. Yes, Mr. Zach has sound. Let's see, I believe this is game 13? 13? Yes, I think 13. This is video 13 in the Are You Gaming round robin. Damn it, I had this title for like the last 3 videos. Are You Gaming round robin placement Torment series. Yes, that is it. We open this game with the standings at a tie for first place between UE and IC with 4 points each. Third place, Noda with a solid 2 points. And a two-way tie between Dash and Mr. Zach for 4th place, and Croc sitting back at 6th place. We now resume with a game of Mr. Zach versus DashRantic. This is one of the few maps that I know by appearance what the name is. This is Daybreak Ladder Edition. And I have previously commented on how this is a quite good map with a lot of potential action built in because of all this open space next to each of the main bases and the relatively difficult to defend thirds with a fairly simple natural to defend. So it's easy to get that second base up, but from there you really got to fight to get and keep your third. We've got Dash opening with double geyser before barracks. That screams a Dash mech play to me. He sure as hell isn't going early infantry. Meanwhile, down here with Mr. Zach, we have the usual early hatchery, and we should probably be spotting either a geyser or a spawning pool any moment here. 2 overlords moving out, given their current course. One's going to be checking on Dash's expansion, and the other will probably station itself next to his third. Oh, well, yeah, there you go. A little movement icon is right there. Dash getting his racks up. Oh, look! Check that shit out! That is a full geyser, and so is that. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. Oh, hey, Zulu. Dash poking around with his scout, probably not even really paying attention to it, but it's still good practice. It gives him some idea of what buildings might be around when he decides to actually look at the map. Dash coming down with his first factory, no doubt the first of 2. Going by his resources, he'll probably drop the other one in about 10 seconds. Dash very, very correctly checking for hidden expansions all over the goddamn map. I would probably have a second worker do this. He rather curiously completely misses this one up here. Roach Warren coming down for Mr. Zach, which it looks like he'll have plenty of economy to support. Not overdoing it on gas. Not building a geyser he's not filling. Dash dropping down an armory now for a fast Thor. Not sure he really needs that, but never can tell with Zerg whether they're going to make a sudden transition. The idle, unobserved Reaper in the base. There we go. Get some nice hits in on the Zerglings, because that's what these are. These are Zerglings. Reaper will get killed by the Queen, which is a terrible shame because he could have gotten away and done more scouting. I'm not sure he even spotted the Roach Warren. He didn't even spot the Roach Warren. So as far as he's concerned, Mr. Zach could be going Ling Mutalisk because of all the extra gas. Meanwhile, Mr. Zach clearly sees that Dash is not expanding, so he'll be preparing a pretty reasonable defense here, I'm sure. Production tab. No, he's picking up a third instead. He's expanding in the face of an opponent not expanding. Spoilers, I think that'll work out for him, but probably not the greatest choice against any other Terran. Dash coming up with a couple of tanks, Thor and mines. He doesn't really have a lot of military to show for his very focused one-base build. Meanwhile, mrxak's getting his Hydralisk den up. As always, the empty geysers. I don't know why people do this. Empty geysers kind of hurts me. But grabbing the fourth, grabbing the third, getting some units up, though not a whole heck of a lot. Doesn't really see that he needs them. Indeed, he doesn't see shit, so he doesn't know whether he needs them or not. But he doesn't see that he does. I don't know. Case of can't prove a negative? He's looking for positive proof before he actually builds anything of note. Which is working out just fine for him, aside from this empty geyser. Because Dash's actual production is quite slow because of his lack of income, because of his lack of expansion. We're about the 5:30 mark, and whereas Dash does have a military advantage, it's not a great one. This is probably his best window to move out right now. He's got plenty of anti-Ling insulation and a good number of tanks and Thor to take care of the roaches. Widowmine could be left here on the ramp for some base defense. Looks like Dash will be moving out just about now. There he goes. Of course, now we take one more look at the active forces graph. His military advantage is gone. mrxak starting to get into full swing of the snowball with, well, I was going to say a 3-base economy, but I guess it's only 2 base. Still an empty geyser. But 7 more roaches on the way because he saw Dash moving out. And continues to see Dash move out. Still no in-base scouting, but he doesn't really need to know that because he knows Dash doesn't really have an expansion operating. So he'll push out and try to meet this enemy in the field. It's not going to go too terribly well for him. He's just getting shelled from low ground. It's pretty terrible. But I do think that turns into a fairly even trade, especially once you consider the economy situation and Dash's ability to re-up his forces. Dash just does not have the remaining forces to continue this push, as evidenced by him getting cleaned up right here. Really needs to cut and run, save what he can. There's not a lot for him to accomplish from here, especially without more production structures and the ability to spend on those production structures. Another siege on the low ground, relying on scans for high ground vision, that's going to be hurting his economy even further. Now trying to lemming his way out with rallied Hellions on the move command. Just throwing away resources there. Very vulnerably positioned tank up here. All it takes is a little high ground vision to Zerg can walk up and kill it on high ground. And the Zerg snowball begins to start rolling in force. Dash still has his gate open, which will let all these Zerglings in. But fortunately, Zach and his Miss Microwing will not send those Zerglings into Dash's economy. And apparently he won't get any high ground vision and he'll just lose all lose all his roaches and hydras down here to this one tank that he could have otherwise killed. Dash attempting to move out and expand again, but doesn't really have the forces he needs to take control of this area and really hold it against what you can now see on the minimap, another snowball rolling out. Dash is about to run out of resources, and he doesn't have what he needs to take and secure his natural and continue his pitiful existence. Oh dear. This is an awful lot of lings, and what mrxak really needs to deal with this high ground is some more ranged units, but I guess it doesn't matter because Dash figured out he was starved out completely. I'll take care of that. Zach was even picking up his 4th base. Totally controlled this game from start to finish. And that concludes game, I forgot which number, but see the start of this video, or even the video title, for the actual correct number. Maybe. Unless I screw that up too. We will carry on in the next video with whatever the next number is. Yeah, we're coming to the end here.